What if you could be coached by two of the top coaches in America on two specific things necessary for your success: confidence and comebacks?
There's a lot of great people that are stuck and they're being a discount version of themselves. Help us out. How do we get out of that discount version?
Yeah, many times we're just one person away from a new season in our life.
Okay.
One affirmation, one statement. See, I always define leadership as affirming and validating the worth and potential in another person in so clear a way they begin to see it in their own self. You're affirming. See, I see. So I would say something to that person like, man, I see something in you. I see potential is just kinetic energy that is stored until utilized. It's an idea of embryonic growth. That says we'll get better today, be better today than we were yesterday. We'll be better tomorrow than we are today. Well, so many people, when you look at confidence, that's the memory of success.
Yes.
Okay. So many people have the memory of failure. They remember that failure, right? And so as a coach, what I do is I affirm and validate a person. I say, man, I see something in you that you don't see in yourself. Just make this one.
So help us with that again. You affirm and you validate. Because a lot of people at their job that are watching, no one's affirming them, no one's validating them. But why is that so important?
Because most people struggle with confidence. See, when I was a high school basketball coach, I thought this was unique to children. Yeah. See, a confident child will try anything. An insecure child will try nothing. And so I wrote on a napkin one day after practice, man, confidence is the one thing that affects everything. And so I began to study that confidence. It's the memory of success. It's an internal knowing you can create or manifest. Confidence is a memory of something, right? So what I have to do is remind people, okay, the valedictorian in my high school class got a divorce when he was 28 years old. He was voted most likely to succeed. Okay. I was voted Prince of Personality. He was the valedictorian. I finished 8th. He dated the prettiest girl in school. He had a wealthy background. His dad was a judge and attorney. His whole family were judges. And he called me one night at 28 years old, and his confidence was low. And his kids weren't listening to him. His wife was divorcing him. He was unhappy with his job. And I listened to him for a few minutes. He said, man, I need some guidance. I need some help. And as I listened to him, I said, man, what you need is to get your swag back.
Love it.
I said, let me remind you of something. You were voted most likely to be successful in high school. You were the captain of the football team. You dated the prettiest girl. You were the smartest kid in school. Every kid wanted to be you, man. And you have allowed your wife to take away all your confidence, your kids to take away all of your confidence, your boss to take away all of your confidence. It's time that you get your swag back.
Boom.
Okay? And that's what I said to him. And listen, you know what he said? He's like, you're right. It's exactly what it is. I got to get my swag back. And I called the publisher that night when I wrote the book, because the original title of my book was called A Course in Confidence or something.
Yeah.
And I called that night and I said, I got to change the title to swag, because that's what people need to get back. They need to get their swag back. And the way you get your swag back is to get off the bench and get in the game, to work the muscle, to take the rep, to show up, to get a coach, to stay in a rhythm, to reactivate the prey drive. You know, I think you and I have talked about, T.D. Jakes talks about life happening in a rhythm. Your heart beats in a rhythm. When you get yourself into troubles, when you get out of rhythm, man. And sometimes you need another person to say, hey, man, what's going on with you? You lost your swag. It's time to get it back. And I think that's what a good coach can do for people. I'm sure that's what you've done for a lot of people in your day, is they're confident people that let life knock the shout out of them, and you've helped them regain their swag. I mean, and how valuable is that to get that back, something that was lost?
Okay. I'm loving this tonight on this Father's Day night. Yep. Talk to us before I get into your interview about playing hurt, because you understand that. The fact that he would not feel good. Sometimes I talked to him in his dressing room and his throat was shot. Yeah. And he was about to go do Phantom.
Well, amateurs listen to their feelings. The true professionals do not listen to their feelings. You can't tell me that every major athlete feels like playing on Sunday. Woo! Every major entertainer feels like singing the same song night after night after night.
Yes.
Every actor feels like going through the scene multiple times. Like that's the difference, right? is amateurs listen to their feelings and professionals don't listen to their feelings. When you show up to speak somewhere, the crowd doesn't care if you feel like speaking or not. They paid to see you speak. They paid you to teach them how to take a setback and make it a comeback, right? Like that's what they paid the money for. So that kind of goes back to that go pro. That's a big thing I'm big on with people I coach is, man, the big time people I coach just don't listen to their feelings. Just a joke, since it's Father's Day, I remember waking up one morning and telling my beautiful wife, Natalie, that I didn't know if I had it today. You know, I'm like, man, I've been on the road. I'm a little tired. I'm a little fatigued. And she rolled over at about 5:30 that morning and she said, then watch one of your videos. And the funny thing is I did watch one of my videos and I motivated my own self, right, to get going and get started. But she just rolled right back over.
Tell them a little bit about what we're working on together and when that's actually going to happen.
Yeah, we've got the comeback campaign, the comeback tour,
comeback tour, man. Is there a perfect time for it or what?
Yeah, perfect time for that, because I've been coaching people through this entire time, Tim, and many people have had a broken spirit during this period. Many people have had broken hearts during this period. Many companies have brought me in to keep their people motivated, because the natural tendency is to start with good intention. We fall off the wagon and then we experience guilt. And that's in good times. And in bad times, as you know, because your whole career's been devoted really to helping people work that bounce back muscle, work that resilience muscle, you know, turn an adversity into a progress, into an acceleration. And so you and I and Sharon Lecter are doing a tour that's coming in August to Nashville, to the Lodge and Dallas, called the Comeback Campaign. And we're going to help people really, really understand the psychology of bounce back, the psychology of the comeback, the inspiration, because as you know, we need to never underestimate the need to re-enthuse people.
Yes.
And that's a big part of it.
I was just going to say, invest in yourself, guys. So that's Nashville and Dallas. If you're going to fly from California, fly from Florida, everything doesn't just come to you. I mean, I remember I wanted to go to overseas when I was a young guy to go to a conference, and I sold my Volkswagen. Mm-hmm. So if you got to sell something to come to Nashville or Dallas, do it. If you're in a setback and you need to come back, or your son or daughter's in a setback and need to come back, bring them to this comeback campaign with all three of us, and we're going to help change your life. Can you give them the dates again? And Joseph will make sure we put those up there.
Yeah, it's August 20th. I think August 20 and 26th.
Yes.
August 20th and the 26th. Like I said, it's going to be at my lodge in Tennessee, which is about 35 minutes outside of Nashville. It's going to be in Dallas. And that whole day is devoted to just really teaching you, if I had to sum it up, how to use adversity to accelerate progress versus stagnate your movement. I mean, big time people see adversity as an accelerator. They see conflict. I always say conflict is necessary for expansion.
Yes.
And that conflict could be internal conflict. As you know, it's not only external conflict, but some of the greatest conflicts in my life have created the greatest breakthroughs, some of the biggest breakdowns in my life. Most people don't know at 25 years old, Tim, I lost every bit of my confidence. I was clinically depressed. My own mother, who's a nurse, sent me to the doctor. I went on antidepressants while I was a head coach and one of the top motivators in the country. Couldn't get out of bed in the morning, threw up every day because I went through a terrible breakup that I thought the woman I was supposed to marry. As a result of that breakdown, I had to break through on confidence when I wrote the book Swag, which is how to build, maintain, and protect your greatest asset. And so I like to take breakdowns, turn them into breakthroughs, and then codify how to do it so other people can experience that. I think that's really when you're helping people, when you take your breakdowns and help other people through that.